Hello, everyone, and welcome into HelenKennard.com. I'm Helen Kennard, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so glad you can make it. If you get here and for sure say hello, so I know who I'll be stamping with tonight. Tonight I'm going to be working with the Extraordinary Flora bundle again. And we did it last week, and these are the cards that I showed you then and then did this card to show you how beautiful it is. The washi tape was put on cardstock, basic white, and this one it was put on vellum, so you can see the difference that the vellum makes. It depends upon what look you're looking for. Tonight, so here's the stamp set, and this is only 80% in size. You can see that the stamp is much bigger than that. And we're going to be stamping. This is the washi tape that's on vellum. Brought that back. And then here is the die that cuts out all the flowers. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It fits perfectly. Now it cuts out the flowers, and I brought back the ones that were left over from last week. So we're going to use that in our card today as well. But today I thought it would be fun to watercolor our background, and using some watercolor paper, and then our water painters. I love watercoloring. I'm a newbie, but I still like it. So I thought that would be really pretty. So we're going to start off with a piece of 3x4 piece of watercolor. Now, when I watercolor, I like I'm going to be using tonight Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, and Garden Green. Those are the colors I'll be using. And because we're watercoloring, we need to have StazOn ink so it doesn't smear at all. And we always have paper towels ready. Now, when you go to use StazOn, you have to have the StazOn cleaner, because it's exactly what it says. It stays on, so you need a special cleaner to get all the black ink off of that, or that's what it's going to look like. So if you don't like that, you need to get you some StazOn cleaner. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this. The stamp is much bigger than the 4-inch. It's probably a 5-inch, probably a 3x5. Let's see. I don't want to mess up my... There. Let's see what it did. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so while I'm coloring, I'm going to go ahead and put this StazOn on here, so it'll be sitting on here while I'm coloring and getting it off. Let it soak it up, and then we'll clean it. Good. Okay. So here we go. Let's start with the blues and the greens. And I like just putting some color on our blocks and using the block kind of as our I forgot what it's called when you're going to paint. And then we've got that. So So let's start. I like adding water to my color and then see what color it is. It's a little bit darker than I want, so I'm gonna kind of go in here and add just a little bit more water. Yeah, that's color. Now your first drip, I usually, go ahead and get that off because it's going to go all over. Now this is a dry watercolor. I tried wet on wet, and it didn't look the way I wanted it to. So I'm just filling this in. It's not going to take very long. And I am loving this set, this bundle. It's so beautiful, so many different things that you can do with it. And watercoloring's one of them. Okay, that's mostly the blue that I want. So then I rinse it out. That's why you need to have this. Go ahead and rinse it out till you get that color out. And then you start on your green. And again, I like dabbing off first and then looking to see, oh yeah, that's good. Dab off. You don't want it too wet. But then again, this is wet on dry, so it should do better. And just, you don't have to stay in the lines. I do try to stay in as much as possible, but with this technique, if you want to wet on wet, you don't have to. Stampin' Up makes watercoloring so easy because we have different brushes, and again, I like to dab off. Okay. So I don't get that first blob. I don't know what it's called. What that blob is called. It's probably got a name to it. Now our watercolor paper is 140. So it soaks up the water very nicely. Very nicely. Okay, let's clean that out. See, you just clean it out. When it runs clear, I want to show you how good that looks so far. Oop. Look how good that looks so far. Isn't that pretty? All right, I'm going to set these two over here. And now we're going to go to the next two, which is the Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. So what I did here is I went in with the Fresh Freesia first. Again, I don't want to water this down, so I'm using my block. And then the same thing here. This one's going to be darker. And I'm going to start with the lighter color. Again, I add water. And then look at it, it's too light. So I'm going to go over here. That's better. Do you see that? I like that better. So I'm going to go and just like I would with blends, I'm going to go ahead and start with my lighter color and then add in the shading. And Stampin' Up! Is so good about showing us where to shade. The one thing that I find is that I hold my mouth a certain way. It's kind of like feeding a baby. Yeah, I find that funny. I do anyway. Okay, so that's that. Now see, you can leave some white space. Do you see how I left some white space right there at that? You don't have to color in every little piece. And I left, no I didn't, here it is. Let's see. Daffodil Delight. I reach for that every time. Well, alright, I'm going to have to use my darling duckling. I left my Daffodil Delight in the other one, so I'm going to just add some. I just need a drop. Once you're finished with these, I'm going to add some. There. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to go back in with the Highland Heather. Let me move all that. Add some water. And then check. I want it a little bit darker. Yeah, that's pretty good. See that? And then I'm just going to go in and see, Stampin' Up! Shows you where to add the shading. So you don't have to worry about it because they'll show you. And I like it because I am not an artist, so I need help showing me where to add it. Yeah. Just in the centers. Don't want it too dark. There. Alright, I think that's all the watercoloring. Do you see how fast that went? Look. Isn't that beautiful? Hey Naomi, how are you? Hope you're doing okay. Aww. Naomi is an artist and she's a painter, by the way. So I'm intimidated with her now on here watching me. And I've shown y'all some of her work before. And she has got to have brushes that are like one strand in it, because she is extremely delicate and all of that. So anyway, namely, don't judge me. Anyway, okay, so now what I'm going to do, this is going to dry, and while it's drying, I'm going to add some liquid glue. And I'm going to layer it onto a piece of Lost Lagoon. If I can center it. I'm trying not to do a lot of touching of the watercolor while it's still wet. You should let it dry a little bit. Let's see. Yep, it's mostly dry. And then put it on some cloud cover cardstock. Isn't that beautiful? Love that cloud cover. I was going to try using some cloud cover as my one of my palettes, and then I chickened out. But oh, I'm glad you're doing okay. There. Okay. I have some cards that I have to send out to some graduates, and one to somebody that just got out of the Army boot camp. So we're really proud of him, a friend of mine. And his wife is real sweet. Okay, so very proud of you. I'll put that on. I'm not putting it on straight on. I'm not centering it because I like the look of it being a little bit off-centered. I think what I'll do is I'm going to just lay this flat. Look how pretty that turned out, you guys. Simple, simple. I'm going to lay this flat because I'm going to be putting these flowers on it. Let's see. I'm going to lay them flat too, or this one at least. Ooh. And then I'm going to put this one up on dimensionals. That gives it a little bit of depth to it. Do you think I need some more flowers? Or not flowers, foliage? Why don't we put our embellishments on and see how that does? Of course, I'm stuck. Come out. Oh, gotcha. Look at this as the two-tone sparkle gems. Isn't that so pretty? Let's see. I like that. So very proud. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's, you know, the stamps. The stamp is really easy. You can watercolor it. You can use your blends, markers if you wanted to. Just a lot of fun and lots of different things that you can do to it. But That's it. All right, everybody. I hope y'all liked it. If you have any questions, certainly go back to my uh, website or my blog and check out all the measurements tomorrow. And I'll put in there again what colors I used. Of course, I used the pinks, but you know you could use more pink or the purples, pinks and purples. But you can use whatever color you wanted. And I've made a mess, but I'm afraid to move because I'm going to get ink all over me. So I'm going to show you this and then clean up. But I hope you guys have a good week. I'll see you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I hope you're having a great summer so far. And stay cool. Take care. Bye-bye.